You see, before they chopped us down,
They have to clone God.
and gave us these little bitty ant-sized things. You see, we used to touch the sky.
We used to touch the sky. We used to touch the sky.
Before they chopped us down. I hope that silly ass don't turn you this way. They used it and gave us these little bitty ant-sized things. We used to touch the sky. A lot of us became afflicted. You see, don't turn this way. They used it because the powers of the earth, or who was ever in control, the little bitty ones. Yeah, we used to touch the sky. No, we didn't. A lot of us became afflicted. Always start from
Had some other beings
we was always
to help them.
the root is always
Check
the
out
same.
on major trees. Listen, everything always repeats itself. It just have a different form. Always start from the root. The root is always the same. The root is always the same. You see?
Now we need to do it.
The root is always the same.
Conceit and the narcissists battle each other. When conceit and the narcissists battle each other, who's going to win the battle? Who's going to win the battle? You see. But how would conceit position itself for defense? How would the narcissist position itself for defense? Do they know each other? Do they come from the same house? Do they have the same blood?
Osahta, the Battle of the Mirrors, a written portrait in the inner heavens of Osahta's body planet, where the twin poles of his mind hum like ancient constellations. A war ignited in the Hall of Reflection. The walls were not stone. They were mirrors, polished by pride, fogged by fear. Two figures emerged. Conceit walked first, slim, upright, chin tilted toward the firmament. He wore garments stitched from Arisen. His voice was silk over steel. I am better, I am brighter. I rise because others are small. Conceit did not need an audience. He needed elevation. He climbed thoughts like ladders, measured worth in inches, stacked accomplishments like trophies inside Osahta's ribs. Conceit feeds on self-inflation, but he can still see others. He just sees them below. The narcissist. Then the narcissist stepped forward. He carried no ladder, only a mirror he never lowered. He did not compare. He consumed. Where Conceit said, I am higher, the narcissist whispered, only I exist. The inner inhabitants of Osahta's planet trembled, because the narcissist does not merely climb. He erases. He turns relationships into reflections, love into supply, correction into insult, truth into threat. Where he walks, empathy withers. The battle begins. The mirrors of the hall began to multiply. Conceit struck first, shattering glass with declarations of superiority. Each shard became another pedestal, but the narcissist did not fight the shards. He absorbed them. Every broken reflection curved back into his single, endless mirror. He grew larger, less human, more hollow. Conceit thrives on insecurity. The narcissist feeds on identity collapse, and Osahta felt his poles begin to misalign. The left hemisphere flickered with self-analysis. The right hemisphere pulsed with wounded pride. Below, in the reddish lower realm, undisciplined inhabitants began to cheer. Because when mirrors rule the heavens, the planet fractures. Osahta steps forward. Osahta, god of his inner world, descended into the hall. He did not bring a sword. He brought a basin of living water. He placed it at the center of the mirrored chamber. The water did not reflect perfectly. It rippled, and in its movement, truth appeared. Conceit looked into it and saw fear. The fear of being ordinary. The narcissist looked and saw nothing. because water requires depth to reflect. The narcissist began to crack, not from insult, but from exposure, for narcissism cannot survive where humility flows. Who survives? Conceit fell to his knees first, because conceit can be corrected. It bends when confronted with clarity. The narcissist fractured slowly, each crack revealing emptiness behind the glass. He did not die. He diminished, for narcissism does not vanish in a day. It starves when deprived of worship. Osahta lifted the basin. The mirrors dissolved, and the inhabitants within his body planet felt alignment return. The verdict: conceit survived transformed, refined into confidence. The narcissist survived only as a shadow, weakened, watched, never again allowed to rule the heavens. The lesson of the mirrors. Conceit says, I must rise above you. Narcissism says, you must disappear. But Osahta says, let truth move like water, and only what has depth will remain.